8:30 in the morning on the 14th of March 2014. When I was a young boy, I had one of those magic granddads who would take me out and do a bit of magic in nature with me and show me lots of really interesting things. And I remember once being out in a thunderstorm with him, and there was lots of big clouds and lightning, and it was quite scary. And he said, "It's all right, the gods are making war, that's all." And then he took me home and he told me a few stories around Norse mythology, which I found fascinating. I had a great granddad like that. And now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, the gods are making war. Look at what's up there in the sky. You've got Uranus, the grandfather, the sky god, on his own in Aries, squaring Pluto and Jupiter. Jupiter and Pluto opposite each other. Jupiter and Pluto in mythology. Jupiter is the biggest planet. Pluto is the smallest planet. Jupiter and Pluto are brothers. Jupiter took the overworld when they split up the firmament, and Pluto, Hades, took the underworld. And although they are different in size and different in distance, and one's visible and one's not, believe me, astrologically speaking, they are equal and opposite. And at this time, with the opposition between the two and the square to Uranus, this is a potentially war-like configuration. What is the astrological configurations of war? Well, there's no one specific aspect. Of course there isn't, but there's a few common ones. For example, Mars conjunct the North Node, which is now and over the coming few weeks, and then again later in July, is often seen as quite a significant trigger for the onset of some type of aggressive violence nation on nation. Similarly, Jupiter with Pluto is always seen as some type of pressure point, pressure cooker that's about to explode. With the current political situation in the world at the moment, I ask myself, and people have been asking me, are we heading into a world war? Well, possibly yes, but not like anything we've seen before. A new world war will not be fought with troops, or minorly. It will be fought with computer code and missile and laser strikes and attacks on bank balances, things like this. Nevertheless, we are at what I see as the most warlike time in history, much more so than 2001 and various other patterns that have been happening recently. And I would remind people that once again, this warlike pattern does dissipate by the time we're into the start of May, and it does return very, very briefly towards early July, but that's temporary and brief. I mean, collectively, we're all holding our breath now. With Jupiter opposite Pluto square Uranus, with Mars coming backwards now to make the Grand Cross, and by the time we're into the third week of April, you will be seeing sweat pouring off of me in an effort to try and keep this planet stable. I can't help but feel there's going to be some type of surgical strike, probably involving Russia, but this is not so much nation on nation now, it's more religion against religion. It's pretty clear that Russia now is being less controlled by the oligarchs and the generals, oligarchs and the generals, and more by the Russian Orthodox Church, same as many leaders in the West are being overly influenced by the religions that are currently in favour in their country. And once again, it seems that religion is powering the status of the world military machine at the moment. Whether it be white Russian supremacists or fundamentalist Zionists, it doesn't matter which side you're on. It's all a con. Religion, religare, comes from liga, Latin, to bind, to tie down. There is no God. There's no Redeemer, there's no Saviour, there's no one worth praying to apart from the universe itself. And the universe is most commonly represented through you. If you want to find God, go look in the mirror and pray to yourself and disempower all of those senile old men in skirts who are trying to actually bring the world to war. Catch you later.